Scattered around Utah Lake are these traps.
You guys got the front row seat to this?
It's a new effort to try to get rid of an invasive species. I'm Ben Winslow, and we're here on Utah Lake. We're going to show you efforts to get rid of so many carp that have infested this body of water and restore the June sucker.
It's hard work, but it's been very rewarding. We've been getting anywhere from, 100 to 500 carp per net. So.
These traps are part of a pilot project to get rid of carp.
Carp were introduced in the 1800s, and they were introduced all across the United States.
They quickly took over and have caused a lot of harm to the lake's ecosystem.
Think of them as the feral pigs of the water world. They don't let the vegetation get reestablished.
That creates a big problem for this fish.
And the June sucker is native to Utah Lake. It's only found in Utah Lake, and this species is an indicator species for Utah Lake, but also because it's federally protected and we do a lot of things with federal water and federal facilities, we are obligated by law to help recover this species.
Utah Lake's carp problem also impacts drinking water supplies for millions of Utahns.
Under the Endangered Species Act, we are required to try to recover this species, and by by complying with that, we're actually able to secure this water so that we can divert it and use it for drinking water in Salt Lake and Utah counties.
I joined political leaders and officials from the Central Utah Water Conservancy District to see the efforts to get rid of carp.
It was amazing. I can't believe how heavy it was.
So far, more than 30 million pounds of carp have been eradicated since removal efforts began in earnest around 2008. But the war to get rid of them ebbs and flows.
When we started out, we had over 80 million carp in Utah Lake.
This is a long time effort, so it was cool to see this new pilot program of how they're getting the carp out of the lake.
Utah's Lieutenant Governor says this also has impacts for the Great Salt Lake, which Utah Lake feeds into through the Jordan River.
We have to remember that our lakes are part of a broad ecosystem, and when one lake is unhealthy, it affects the health of other lakes. So it's important that we pay attention and do what we can to restore Utah Lake if we want to make sure that the Great Salt Lake, it's part of making sure the Great Salt Lake is healthy.
On Utah Lake, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.